Maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. Good day to all of you. Welcome to another heartfelt episode of Pakig Hinabi, where we are going to tackle issues that deeply affect our lives and our communities. Today, we are going to focus on a campaign that's close to all of our hearts. The 18-day campaign to end violence against women with the theme, Bao Bigyang Wakas, Ngayon na ang Oras. Here with us today is an empowered woman and the College and Board Secretary of the Agusan del Sur State College of Agriculture and Technology, none other than Ma'am May Salcedo. Hi, Ma'am May!
Hi, Ma'am!
Welcome sa Tong Pakig Hinabi and thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
Alright, well, let me start by asking you, Ma'am May, what does this campaign means to you? Is there a story or do you have like an experience that made you passionate about this about this campaign or this cause, which is to end the violence against women?
Yeah, actually, first and foremost, I was really looking forward for this campaign because it empowers women to seek justice, especially those who were abused, not only physically, emotionally, mentally, everything. So, as to the experience, yeah, I have. Although most of the women who would talk about this are physically abused, but I'm not. But instead, I was mentally and emotionally abused. So actually, Ma'am Glay, I was a teenage mother at the age of 19. And then, that guy, my ex, when he learned that I was pregnant, at first, he was, let's say, supportive about it. And then, suddenly, parang nagbago yung ihip ng panahon. He just demanded na I have to abort the child. Oo. So, para sa akin, of course, I refused kasi it's a grave offense a mother can do to a child. 'Di ba? So, ayon kasi nagmamatigas ako, ayoko kasi it's a great sin against God. And then, because of my refusal, he was harassing me verbally. He would call me names and even wished me dead. So, yung trauma at that time, you were very young. You don't know what to do with your life kasi yun yung nangyari. So, I had sleepless nights thinking about, what went wrong, ganon. And then, 10 years later, eto na naman, marupok. I met someone, I fell in love, and then, nagbunga naman ng anak. So, at that time, he was, of course, he was very caring. He's far different from the previous man. Pero eventually, I learned that he found someone else. And I was like, let's say 7 months pregnant at that time. And then, well, given our distance, so I felt like I was this helpless pregnant woman who never had a partner by her side, ganon. So, ayun, eventually, I've been, yung pain, yung suffering, yung anxiety, it drowned me actually. So, ayun, to the extent that I had to seek professional help. Kasi parang feeling ko, wala na talaga, parang mauubos na ako. I was very overwhelmed with all the pain and yun nga, shame. Kasi, well, you got pregnant twice, tapos hindi ka pa married. So, parang para sa akin, at that time, parang, gusto kong lamunin na lang ako ng lupa. Yeah.
Well, that was really a roller coaster experience, ma'am, no? And dili jud lalim ang imuhang naagihan. And also, you have mentioned that you seek for a professional help. How was that, ma'am? What is running in your mind during that time? Wala ba ka nahadlok, mga yung tabang?
Actually, at first, I was very hesitant. Kasi given that I am a woman na I took pride para sa aking sarili. And then, at that time, I was very hesitant because I am afraid. I was ashamed. I was ashamed to seek professional help kasi yung stigma natin na when you ask for professional help, you are very weak. So, eventually, I was really drowning. And then I realized that no one can help me but myself. So, at that time, parang kinapalan ko na yung mukha ko. Okay, I'm going to seek this kind of help. So, eventually, it turned out very well, actually. I felt empowered after that. I finally saw my worth. So, I finally realized that I can actually fight kahit ako lang.
It's hard for other women, like, to talk about violence.
For me, I don't speak with a lot of, for all women pero as a woman, I would say that we are afraid. We felt helpless, and it is better for us to be silent than to be judged. Parang ganun yung feeling eh. That's why most women, para sa akin would choose to isolate themselves. Kasi when they would come out of the shell, when they would try to voice out their pain, their suffering, feeling nila nagiging vulnerable sila. So I think that's one of the reasons why these women choose to be silent.
And by the way, Ma'am May, how was your heart today?
well, for now, I'm moving forward. Trying to move on. Kasi it's not easy eh. I would say it's not easy, but trying to move on. Actually, right now, I am more focused of being not only a mother of two, but also I've been striving hard for my career, thanks to ASCAT, and then, of course, the opportunity to study law. Kasi that's one of my greatest dream. And right now, siguro, on the bright side of all those painful experiences that I encountered, I felt the power to actually do whatever I want. So, and that's one of, I had to pursue law because of this advocacy. Yeah. Kasi, well, we know RA 9262, it's really about protecting women. So, parang, okay, dito ako.
So, parang naging reason yung those experiences para...
Indeed, oo. Parang ganun na. Kasi I felt like a lot of women needs help. And para sa akin, maybe I could help. Parang kailangan kong mag-aral, kailangan kong magpakatatag in order for the other women to actually feel na someone would fight also for them.
That's very nice. So if you could share one message to encourage everyone watching to stand up against violence, what would it be?
One of the things that I would always tell women like me, and of course those people around this kind of women, never be afraid. Never be afraid to leave a situation na you were violated. And never be afraid to stand up for your right. Parang gano'n. And know your worth. Kasi you are not just a woman, you are a woman. Ayan.
Wow, that's a very powerful message. Thank you very much, Ma'am
Thank you, Ma'am
for sharing your
Glay.
beautiful stories. For sure, all of our audiences have learned a lot from you. Thank you, Ma'am May.
Thank you, Ma'am Glay. Thank you, everyone.
Another empowered woman is here with us today, none other than Ma'am Sofia Comendador. Hi, Ma'am Sof. Welcome and thank you so much for joining us today here in our Pakig Hinabi episode.
Hello, Ma'am Glay. It's nice to be here. It's such a privilege and I'm humbled to be here.
To start, Ma'am Sofia, can you please tell us more about yourself?
I am Sofia Gold Comendador. I was molded and raised in an independent solo parent setting, and home is now an instructor and an academician here in an acknowledged CHED higher education institution, Agusan del Sur State College of Agriculture and Technology.
Well, thank you very much for that, Ma'am Sof. And of course, my salute to all the solo parent out there. You are really doing a commendable job. Now, Ma'am Sof, can you tell us more, or how was it growing up being raised by a solo parent? Have you experienced first-hand discrimination or violations so far?
As a daughter, raised by a strong, responsible, and independent woman, thanks to my mom, Yes, firsthand, Ma'am Glay. I witnessed firsthand various types of discrimination and violence. Yet, that never hinders me to gaze upon the positive perspective of investing my time in professional and educational development.
Oh, I see. Well, how about in your profession, Ma'am Sophia? Have you experienced some gender biases?
Yes, I've witnessed gender bias since my career path that I've chose is a men-dominated field of industry, specifically in construction engineering management. Yet, it never stops me on believing in myself to be resilient in finishing or accomplishing tasks related to managerial tasks, specifically in construction engineering management, where I spent my managerial experience way back in Bangsamoro at Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao under the project supervised by Engineer Maruhum. Thanks to you, sir, and thanks to you, engineer, and where in fact that proves that yes, still female can have leadership roles or managerial skills, and we can also be able to roll such projects that is, or an industry that is a men-dominated industry.
Well, thank you very much, Ma'am Sophia. That really proves that women are really limitless. So, Ma'am Sophia, now as an educator, how are you going to use your profession to advocate in ending violence against women?
As an educator or an academician, and even as a woman, I stand and live as a testament to have the strength, responsibility, and independence a woman can embody. Yes, we are women, yet we can be limitless in every human structured limitations. And aside from that, yes, here in ASCAT, we want to have learning hubs or learning education medium where students like women can be have or attain gender, culture, tradition sensitive environment where they can be heard, safe, and protected.
Wow, thank you very much, Ma'am Sophia. That's a very inspiring and powerful message, as well as your story. Thank you so much for sharing that to us. And yeah, for sure, a lot of our audiences who are watching right now have learned so much from you. So once again, daghan kayong salamat, Ma'am Sophia, for joining us here in our Pakig Hinabi.
Salamat kadayaw, Ma'am Glay.
Our last but not the least guest for today's talk show, or the Pakig Hinabi, is none other than the Supreme Student Government of the Agusan del Sur State College of Agriculture and Technology, Mr. Johunter Hilarion. Hi, Jo!
Hi, Ate Glay. Maayong hapon.
How are you?
Okay ra kayo.
Thank you so much for being with us, for joining us. Dato ang Pakig Hinabi. Are you ready?
Always ready.
Wow. Alright then. So, yeah, let me start by saying na since you are an SSG president, so given that you really have the power to inspire your fellow students. Now, let me ask, what has been your memorable experience so far in promoting respect and safety for the women out there?
Okay, so Maradono Edo, itanaw tibo, maayong hapon kanatong tanan. So, if pangutanon ko sa ako mga memorable experience, no, nga pangutana. Actually, Ate Glay, kuan ko kanang grabe ko kay markada nga pagkatao. No, dagan kay koy barkada, basta kanang biskan kinsa na akong mga kaila. So dili gyud malikayan sa mga barkada kay ito mga kabuang, mga binuang nga mga kuan kanang magtapok mi. So pag moabot na din sa point din nga medyo lain na kaayo nga mga binuang. So ako'y tigsupo sa ako ang mga barkada.
Kumbaga, ikaw ang KJ.
O KJ gud kaayo ko kay ako mo din na silang supuhon din sa istorya nga what if sa imong mama na buhaton, sa imong nang igsuon nga babae kay atiglay kuan mo gud ko kanang sa amo ako ra isa lalaki sa mga maigsuon. So ako ba makakuan ko nga what if na buhaton na sa igsuon, isa sa akong igsuon. So lain kaayo, di ba? So mauna siya tiglay.
So yeah, you're by just telling them na oy dili na maayo. So kanang in that way parang you're promoting na respect since parang you are putting your loved ones or your sister or kumbaga or your mother in the shoe nga uy what if no si mama nako inganion or kung igsuon inganion so burg dili siya nindot paminawon.
Sa pag-istorya po din ako atiglay makahilom pud sila like makayon sila nga grabe man ka oy binuang ra man gud pero dili mo gid siya ingon nga tanan panahon okay ang atong mga kuan di ba?
All right, so I just wanna ask, why do you think it's important for men to join efforts to end the violence? Since we all know man no nga when we talk about this campaign is mostly ang nagalijud kay mga women since it's for women. But do you think if men would also join in efforts, it could be more impactful or what? May we have your thoughts on that?
Ako atiglay, grabe gud kay siya ka-importante, no? Kay dili man gud sa tanan panahon nga kanang babae ra ang gina-harass or gina-harass, no? Makita mo nato sa social media nga napoy pipila nga sa amoa makalalakinhan nga ginaabuso gihapon. So pinaagi na ini nga na-invite ko nga makikistorya, makikinabi sa inyo ha. No, ma-share pud nako nga kana nga issue nga dili lang babae ang ginaabuso. Nagyapoy pipila sa amoa.
Yes, exactly no. So there are really some men who are experiencing the same things that women experience.
Yes.
All right. So since you said na importante siya Jo. So as SSG president, unsaon man nimo pag-engage ng imong fellow students, especially kadtong mga male peers para mag-support ani nga campaign which is to end violence against women?
Usa ni siya atiglay, no? Usa ni siya nga makagiya or makahatag og inspirasyon sa mga kaubanan nako nga muapil sa inani nga mga kalihukan. Actually atiglay naami umaabot nga mga activities sa SSG nga involved ani o mga participants ni ini is the each colleges mapa male ba ka, ma-female ba ka, or unsa ba yung gender, you are free to join these activities nga umaabot. Now,
well, that's nice to hear, Jo, no? Now, to wrap up this talk, Jo, unsa man nga advice imong mahatag sa uban who want to like help or advocate to end the violence?
So, para sa ko tiglay, isa ra gyud ang ako ang mahatag nga advice, no? Kung ano gyud, lead by example. Demonstrate respect, empathy, inclusivity within our institution or sa ato ang komunidad, no? Kana gyud ako ang hatag nga advice kaninyong tanan.
Wow, thank you very much, Jo. Daghan kaayong salamat for your inspiring messages para sa amo ang tanan. So, Jo Hunter is an example no that men can also be part of the efforts and discussions when it comes to ending the violence against women. So, once again, daghan kayong salamat, Jo.
Daghan salamat, Atiglay.
We have heard heartfelt stories and insights from May, Ma'am Sophia, and Jo Hunter. They have really shown to us that we all have a role to play in ending violence against women. Change starts with each one of us, maybe in our homes, schools, and communities. To everyone watching, let's take action now. Let's make sure that violence against women Bigyang wakas, ngayon na ang oras becomes a reality. Together, we can create a world where everyone feels safe and respected. Thank you for joining us on Pakig Hinabi and see you next time.